If you love photography as much as I do, you're gonna love having a home photography studio, like the one you see here, and I'm gonna show you in a bit. Mostly for three main reasons. First of all, if you're a beginner, you're gonna be able to practice any time of the day you want. Maybe you have a full-time job and it's hard for you to practice something you really love, but you have it at home. It's gonna be super handy for you to practice in your spare time, late hours, in the morning, or whenever. And this is crucial because if you are learning, you need to practice to get better. Obviously, you're gonna be able to make money from the comfort of your home. This was crucial for me during the pandemic because I couldn't shoot with people, and I'm mainly a portrait photographer. So what I was doing is pitching brands, so they would send me products at home, and I would be shooting product photography at home, making money here all alone, just with my camera and my studio. And this is great because it really saved me during the pandemic. And then the third reason would be obviously to save tons of money because you don't have to rent an external studio. And in London, I promise you, they're expensive. So these are the three main reasons. I live in one of the most expensive cities in the world, and I left Spain many years ago to be able to chase my dreams as a creative in London. There was a lot of hassle to go through because I came without being able to speak a word of English. I didn't know anyone. I was sharing a hostel with 15 people because I didn't have a place to stay, I didn't have a job, and I obviously didn't have too much money. There was no way I could pay a flat and on top of that, an external photography studio. I would ruin myself in London in that way because I was sharing even flats. I was just with a room because rooms are like £700, £800, and you share the flat with 4 people. So one day, after being stuck for a while because I didn't have that idea, till later on, I was like, what if I use my wall, a white wall in my room? And then I started to process stuff and buy stuff and build photography studios. And I move a lot because London is like that, and I built a home photography studio in every place I've been to. So that's how I started to actually take professional shots and make a living from my camera. So this is the perfect solution for you if you are in the same situation, because maybe you are, it's most likely. It was a pain in the ass for me, and I struggled so much because I was very discouraged. It's like, I don't have money. How the hell am I gonna be able to do this professionally if I cannot take a local to be able to take pictures? So this is gonna be so good for you, and if you are a beginner, you're gonna get better, and if you're a professional, you're still gonna get better because you're gonna practice all the time. The gear nowadays is super affordable in compared to years ago. So you're gonna be able to have your home photography studio with the minimum budget. And in today's video, I'm gonna show you all the stuff I have in my home photography studio, but I'm gonna show you the essentials. In case you don't have the budget and you are struggling, I'm gonna show you some tips and the basics you need. And then I'm gonna tell you the additions I have in my studio to be more creative, so you can get more ideas as well. Most essential and affordable gear. The main thing you need is one light. You don't need a lot of lighting to be able to take incredible shots. Forget that. With one key light, you're gonna learn even way more as a photographer because you're gonna have to squeeze your brain and your creativity to be able to be more versatile when you shoot. All my work, if you go to my website, all the portraits and self-portraits are done with one. So you just have to be creative and learn properly how to locate lighting to change moods. So I think it's very beneficial to be limited. It's how you learn properly. And you're gonna ask me, Laura, continuous light or flash? And I recommend flash. I do have both. The continuous light I'm recording with right now, which is good for video. I mostly use it for video, and the flash. Why I tell you to shoot with flash? I know continuous light is easier for beginners because you're gonna see right away how the light comes out in the camera. And it's very easy and it's very handy because you're gonna be able to shoot and you know what you get. With the flash, no, you're gonna have to practice, but it's not that intimidating. I promise you just have to practice and you will learn. And the flash, the main thing, because this is a huge tip if you shoot with models which are not professional, ask them to move. It's very hard for a model to be just like this, and I don't know, ask the model to put the hands in the neck, for example. This is a classic pose, which in my opinion is super cheesy. In my opinion, I like to be creative, but sometimes I ask them to do it naturally, and I ask them to move. So if they're actually moving for real, when they are trying to put the hoodie on or they are moving around, I ask them to walk. I always catch them in a movement that I like and seems natural. So if I do like this and I try to pose, I look so fake. But if I'm just doing like this and I look at the camera while I'm moving, it looks more real. I don't know if you get me. I know what I'm trying to say. I don't know if you get it, but obviously with examples, it will help. With continuous light, you cannot do that. Because if the subject is moving, you're gonna have to shoot very quick, very fast, and the continuous light is not gonna reach your lens unless it's super powerful. While the flash, if the subject is moving, the flash freezes the movement, so it doesn't appear blurry, and this happens with product photography. These product shots you see super fancy with milk splashing and things like that, the professional product photographers, they do it with flash, because the flash captures the sequence. So I would say choose flash. Even if you are a beginner, it's not that scary, I promise you. And if you get it for your own home, even better, because nobody's seeing you messing up. You may mess up a picture, who cares? It's just you practicing. So I would say buy a flash. You're gonna have all the links below of the most affordable gear I have, so you can check at your own pace. But my flash is the newer SK400. And then the continuous light I'm recording with is the SL60 from Godox, and it's very popular because it's very affordable for the quality. And the good thing about these two lights is that they are super affordable and they are the same price. So because they are the same price, you're not gonna have this thing of, okay, I'm gonna get a continuous light because it's cheaper. No, you have to buy what you need. And because they are the same price, you're gonna choose what you need, not the cheapest, because they are the same. And together with the light, it goes the light diffuser. Don't get a light and buy a crap diffuser, or don't buy any at all. You need a light diffuser for product photography or for portrait photography, for both. And I do have this one from Newer. It's quite tiny, it works perfectly for portrait. So many of you are asking me through Instagram that if it's enough for portrait photography, that one is more than enough. I love it because I like moody shots, and actually because it's smaller, it focuses the light a bit more, making it more dramatic. But for example, I do have a huge one as well from Newer, and it's the one I'm recording with right now. And it's my favorite as well in a way because it softens more the skin of the subject. As bigger the surface, the smoother the light on your subject. That's why I love it so much. So if you have a space, take the big one, but if you don't, take the small one because it's very good. And also, the small one, you can fold it as an umbrella, and it's super handy to carry it around if you go to a company to do headshots or things like that. The big one is a pain in the ass to set it up. You can do it, but it's a pain in the ass to set it up. It's better, but it's a bit complicated. And regarding light stands, there is not much mystery here. Take some from Newer because are the most affordable, are the ones I have here in London. If you want to invest and you want quality, my favorite one is Manfrotto. Newer obviously is not incredible quality, but they do the job. I use them every day. So if you just want something that do the job, Newer it's fine. But if you want something that is gonna last, Manfrotto. More expensive, but it's worth it. Regarding the background, if you have a white wall, this is more than enough for a simple studio. If you don't have budget, obviously. So what do I have? I do have the black one you see here, the black backdrop in paper material, and a white one. Why do I choose a paper material? The paper material doesn't reflect the flash on it, which for me is a must, doesn't crease, so you don't have to be ironing, which I think is super freaking annoying. And also they are quite affordable and they last forever. They last a lot if you take care of them. I'm gonna link below the website I buy them from in the UK. And most of you asked me as well to buy them abroad because apparently in Amazon I didn't see neither. So I'm gonna put the link from Manfrotto because Manfrotto sells also backdrops. I do have the black one because I love moody portrait photography. I love shooting moody portraits and I use the black backdrop a lot for my self-portraits and even for product photography. And then I do have the white one, but the white one I use it for product photography e-commerce. If you shoot just portrait, you don't need the white one. Because the white one for e-commerce shots, you're gonna want to drop it over a table to put the product on top and shoot it. But if you do portrait, I do shoot all the artists I shoot with and models with the white wall. What I do is shoot with the black one, and then when I'm done with the black shots, I just roll it up and I shoot with white, and it's way quicker. So you just need one roll really, and they're quite affordable. And for the stand, I don't have a stand. I don't have a backdrop stand. What I do is use a curtain pole from IKEA, and you heard me a couple of times talking about this because I think it's like $7, $8, I don't know how much. It's just 2 hooks, and you put the bar on top, and you put the paper roll there, and that's it. So what you do is saving space in your photography studio because you don't have the legs of the backdrop stands, and it's way cheaper. But I do own backdrop stands because sometimes I travel to the client's house and I like to have my carrier bag with the backdrop stands to shoot in their place, and you can even shoot outdoors with it. But I do have it in Spain right now because I didn't bring it to the UK, and they are from Manfrotto. I'm gonna link it down below. And this is super important. Light stands and tripods, maybe you can deal with cheap stuff, you know, not that expensive if you don't have the budget. But for backdrop stands, I wouldn't risk it, and I took Manfrotto because they are super sturdy and they are very good and stable, basically. If you shoot with clients, chances are that if you take a cheap one, it's gonna be very bubbly. I know this by experience because I did own like 2 or 3 of them and they broke on me. Not with clients, but they end up broke. You don't want this to happen to you when you are shooting because you can get in trouble. So if you're gonna buy backdrop stands, invest in good ones from Manfrotto. I'm gonna link them down below. Or the curtain pole. The curtain pole, I would say, is quite safe because it's 2 hooks. You screw it towards the wall and that's quite stable. So you don't wanna spend money in that one. Curtain pole from IKEA. And a tripod. Probably you're gonna need a tripod if you don't have it yet. I do have a new review about my new tripod, which is this one here. And it's my main one right now. I do have another 2 from Manfrotto around here. And Manfrotto is my favorite brand. I know they last a lot because I had them for many years. I think one of them, I have it here, is like 8 years old and is perfect. And the one I'm shooting with right now is like, I think 13 years old. I'm gonna link it down below as well. And that one traveled the world with me everywhere. I use it everywhere, under every condition, and it's still like new after so many years. The K&F concept, I'm gonna link below as well, and you have a special discount code right now till the 31st of March. If you wanna check it out, check that video first to see if you like it. This one, I don't know how they age with the time. So many photographers I got in touch with, they told me they are quite good and they are happy with it. Some of them, they have different feedbacks, so you can check on YouTube as well if you like. For now, I'm very happy with it, and it's my main one right now. I'm not using it right now because I wanted to show you because it looks very good. But yeah, check that video review because you're gonna like it. Gear that will help you be more professional. I do have a C stand. I'm in love of C stands. I'm gonna put it here for you to see it. A C stand is great as a heavy duty tripod for lighting, but for me, for what I use it the most is for flat lay photography and video. You have an incredible arm you can extend. I'm gonna do it actually. So this is the C stand, and as you can see, the arm is incredible. For flat lays, you can put the camera there, and you can shoot from the top for flat lay photography, like product shots, clothing, even for self-portraits. I use it a lot for self-portraits as well from the top because they're very creative. And I think this is a very good piece of gear for product photography. If you're a product photographer, you need one of these. Sometimes you can do with a tripod, but if you are professional into product photography, you're gonna need this one because the arm is longer because it's heavy duty and it goes up to 3 meters height. This one is from Newer and I'm super happy with it. I do own another one which is in Spain. I did have to rebuy another one because they are very heavy to send. And this one is super cool as well. This one is gonna help you to do high angle shots, self-portraits, portrait, product photography, lifestyle shots from a very different angle. And also crucial as well for a C stand is having a tether cable. I have it here, which is this one. I explained time ago what it was. Basically, a tether cable, what it does is you can connect your camera to your computer, laptop or computer, whatever you use, and then you're gonna be able to see in the screen what you are shooting. What you're gonna do is open Lightroom or Capture One. Those are the most popular to shoot like that. And even if the camera is high, because of the cable, you are seeing what you are shooting in the laptop. I think this is crucial for a C stand. And even if you don't have a C stand, I use this a lot for product photography to see in the laptop what's going on. I can apply presets right away to see how the photo shoot is coming out. And for portrait photography as well. When you are shooting in a studio, you can put it tether in the computer and you are shooting with someone and the client see in the computer how it looks, which is super professional and it's not that expensive neither. You don't need it, it's not something mandatory. Sometimes I don't even use it because I like to shoot quick, but it's super professional. And a reflector. A reflector is super inexpensive. You must have one of these because it's silver in one side, black in the other. And if you open it, you're gonna have here, what it is, here in white. And then you have gold inside as well. And then you can fold it in this way. Let me see if I do it nicely. There you go. You can fold it here and it's super tiny. And then you zip it up and that's it. And then you can open it. The black one, what it's gonna do is absorb light. So if you are shooting from one side, this is gonna absorb all the light so nothing fills the shadows. And if you use the silver one, the gold one, or the white one, it's gonna bring up the shadows by giving different tones. This is super cheap and it's super handy in a photography studio. This is gonna level up as well your portraits or your product photography, and it's very cheap. Gear that will help you to be more creative. I do own RGB lights. I do have a set of 2 from Newer, which are here. I do shoot with this a lot with international music artists and self-portraits. I do have videos on my channel. I'm gonna link below because you can get super creative with RGB lights. This one is a set of 2. This one is one and the other one is there, focusing the guitar because it looks cooler. You can put any color of the RGB light and you can be super creative with this. And they are super cheap. And they come with the light stands. So it's the 2 heads, the light stands and a carrier bag. And it's super inexpensive. It comes with an app for the phone as well and you can change everything from your phone while you are shooting. This is gonna give you a lot of creativity. I mean, if you follow my Instagram account and you see my website and you follow my YouTube channel, and if you not, you should, you know that I love shooting with RGB lights because it gives you so much room for creativity, playing with colors, with different color schemes, using 2, using 1. I think RGB lights really spice up your work. And then I have another RGB lights, which are way cheaper, and you have a coupon code as well, I'm gonna link below, which are pocket RGB lights. And these tiny ones I love because you can achieve a lot that you can achieve with the big ones, but this one you can put it in your camera bag if you are shooting outdoors, and the battery lasts a lot, like 3 hours full power, and you never use it full power. You can use any color. I do have 2, and if you go outdoors, if you do an urban portrait shots, for example, and you use like gel colors on the models, I'm gonna do this soon, you can do it with this. So these ones are super cool, and I do have a video showing you how these work and the amazing photography you can do with them. So RGB lights all the way, the big ones, the small ones, because I really think it's very good for portrait photography, but for product photography as well. Because you can put the product and then locate lights in one side, and it's gonna be super cool and super creative. And this is gonna make you stand out. If you wanna take like random product shots and very boring or normal, so many photographers do it. But if you start to experiment with colors and stuff, if a client see it, they're gonna be, I want my product to look that cool. So RGB lights, again, super inexpensive. Obviously, these ones are way cheaper. Even if you get just 1, you're gonna get to do a lot and it's super cheap. More than obviously the set of 2. But you are in a studio doing portrait work and you want something more powerful, this one works. Some extra tips as well. If you really don't have the budget, just get 1 light stand, and the diffuser. And then depending on your home, you're gonna be able to decide if you need a paper backdrop, 2 or none, if you have a white wall or a wall that works for you. It's super affordable nowadays to have 1, and I think we all need to nurture our photography. And we need to practice, and we need to make a living from our camera without spending tons of money and investment, because sometimes we don't have the money to start a business. So you have to start like this, and it's totally okay. I started many years ago, and I keep doing it at home because it works perfectly. I love having a home photography studio. It makes me super happy, and it's super handy for me to practice, do my self-portraits and things like that. And don't be scared to bring clients at home because they care about the quality you give them. They go to you because they see your portfolio and they like what they see. So don't feel intimidated like, oh, I'm bringing someone to my place, it's not professional. It's totally okay. It's totally okay, I promise you that. I used to be super nervous at the beginning, and then I realized if my work has quality, who cares what I shoot? So I encourage you to have it. I think you're gonna practice a lot, and you're gonna be able to have that camera every single day with you and practice and getting better. Anyway, subscribe to my channel and like the video if you liked it, because it helps me a lot, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao!